Hey everybody, welcome back to RC with Adam. My name is Adam. Today, we're going to talk about 3 reasons to just start whatever it is that you've been putting off. Here we go. Ironically, I'm having a really hard time starting this video, so I'm just going to start it right now. Do you procrastinate? Maybe you're a little bit of a perfectionist and you wish you weren't, and you'd have a really hard time starting projects or videos because everything needs to be just right, but then you end up never starting anything. You never actually do anything, or you feel like you don't get anything done, or at least the stuff that you want to, and it's frustrating. Well, this video is for you. 3 reasons to just start. My 3 reasons, here they are. Number 1, starting is the hardest part. It is also the most important part, because if you don't start anything, nothing is going to go anywhere. And that sounds kind of obvious, but because a lot of times we think like, oh no, the most important thing is the finished result, you know, and like when the project is done, that's the most important thing. Well, the project is not going to get done until you take that first step. So that is why it is best to do that first and get it out of the way. And you might be saying, how do I do that? Well, I would say to myself, focus on the movement and not the precision of that step. Because once you get it moving, you can correct, you can correct your course, right? It's like if you're taking off an airplane, you might be a little wibbly wobbly on takeoff, right? But you're moving forward. And once you get enough speed, you can lift off and you can change your course once you get going. And I know it's not a perfect analogy, but just something to kind of think about. So don't try to focus on like, oh, I have to be perfectly lined up, laser precision guided to actually, before I even start moving forward. Just think, I'm going to get moving forward, and then I will be able to correct myself, correct the course that I'm going later on once I actually get that forward momentum. It's super important. The second reason to just start. Your project or your task or whatever it is that you need to just start, it might be easier or possibly more difficult than you had anticipated. And so really either way, the sooner you get started, the better, because maybe like you're just dreading this, I don't know, let's say a paper you have to write if you're in school or something, and you are just dreading it. Like it's a research paper or something. A lot of times people hate those, but nowadays with the internet, it's so easy. I'm getting off topic. So you need to write this paper and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to take so long. I can't stand this. I hate this. But then once you actually start, you're like, oh, okay, this is a subject that I actually like, and there's a lot of information on it. And it's actually not that hard to write this paper. And you're like, well, dang, I was just dreading that for nothing. And so I wasted a lot of time and stress over something that was really simple. Conversely, maybe you think like, oh yeah, this task will be super easy. This happens to me all the time, especially with airplane building. Drill this hole in that thing and then match them up and then everything will fit. Yeah, it's good. Well, but then you realize like, oh, there's actually like, I can't drill into this material because it's too hard, or I can't fit the drill there to actually drill the thing. I'm talking about building an airplane like me and my dad are on the other YouTube channel. But then the project ends up taking like an hour, 2 hours, like way longer than you would have thought. And so even in this case, it's better to just start the project so that you find out quicker that it's actually going to take a lot longer than you had originally thought. Either way, just start. The sooner the better. Reason number 3 to just start. Once you actually start, your thought process can update. And so you will have better and more information with which to make a good decision. Basically, you might be sitting there not having started and thinking, okay, this is how this thing is going to go. And I've got it all figured out right up here in my mind. Well, then what actually happens is once you start, you go, oh, I didn't realize that this thing was like this, and so we'll have to make an adjustment here, for better or worse. And you might actually realize that there's a better and easier way to do what you had all planned out in your head. So again, you won't know that until you actually start. So that's pretty much it. One thing I want to leave you with is a reminder that perfection is the enemy of progress. This happens with me all the time. I try to get things perfect, but I don't get things done, or I don't make progress on things. That's not a good feeling. So just remember that if you want to make progress, you're going to have to make sacrifices with perfection. An important thing to remember is to just start even when you don't feel like you're ready, because that's the key. That's the key, because that's what holds me back, and that might be what is holding you back. Is you think like, yeah, I'll just start when I'm ready, which would be like tomorrow or next week or next month. But that's not just starting. That's like just putting things off. So if you go, okay, well, I'm not really ready. I don't feel like I'm ready necessarily to start this thing, this project or whatever, but I want to start it. Maybe you need to start it. Like maybe you need to do it. Like maybe you need to do your taxes. Maybe just a thought. I don't really feel like I'm ready to start, but I'm going to do some steps to start. And look, I'm telling you guys this not because I'm good at this. I'm telling you this because I'm kind of bad at this. I mean, I struggle with just starting and doing things because I have some perfectionism in me. I've got some procrastinator in me. So I'm like, it's not just right. Let's do it tomorrow. That's kind of my natural response. So for me, it's like a constantly everyday thing that I have to work to remember to, tell myself and to get myself to just start. And so that's why I want to share this with you, not because I'm amazing and I've figured it all out. It's because I haven't figured it out, but this is helping me, and so it might help you as well. What first step can you take today? What can you do today? What is the one first step that you can take towards a goal or a project that you are working on? That first step might be, if it's an actual physical project, maybe it's like getting out the supplies, or maybe it's like drawing a picture of what you want to create. I'm talking to my creators out there. Maybe it's writing down your plans, like your ideas of things, and getting them out of your noggin and getting them onto a piece of paper. So your first step might be something really simple, but I will bet you, I dare you, that it will be easier to take that second step once you've taken that first step. And then you're making progress. So whatever your first step is that you can take today, I would encourage you to take it and to just start. Thanks everybody for watching and subscribing. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again very soon. See, that's my problem is I overthink things. I think about things way too much. So if I was talking to myself and I would say, hey, self, here's some advice. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't even think about the details. Focus on the big stuff first, okay? Like I said, focus on that movement and not the precision so much. And just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. But you have to like actively not overthink it, because I know you want to overthink it, and you're going to start overthinking. You're probably going to overthink about overthinking. So just do. That's right, I said do. It's so difficult. This must mean it's important, because it's really difficult to make this video. Okay.